Love seems to be fading in certain regards, at the very least for what Boruto is right now, because Boruto's manga, yet again, looking at even deeper the sales right here, Boruto volume 17 second week in Oricon top 50 weekly charts, and week 2 only 17,296 copies sold, making the total for weeks 1 and 2 84,855 copies sold. It did not manage to hit the 100k mark. In comparison, volume 14 and 15 managed to surpass the 100k mark in the second week of sales. And somebody pointed out what I said before, but that is factual, and I'm going to give you guys the understanding that you need to take the L's before you get to the W, and this can be applied to real life. Don't even take this right now. We're not even just talking about Boruto. You need to take the L to get to the W. That is not just words. I'm giving you game. It comes in order. It's chronological for a reason. Unfortunately, you got to get the L's so that you can understand the lessons so that you can win, and right now that's what they're trying to do. And let me explain again and even further if you missed it. Essentially, they are now, in my opinion, betting on part 2 of Boruto to be what they need it to be. I think they're betting on right now, okay, screw all of this. We got to make these guys that nobody cares about cared about. Like, that's the big issue, and that's why they're putting out a volume without any of Naruto, Sasuke, and them. So probably they could get a gauge as well of, okay, if we're not marketing it using the previous gen, what does this sell? If we're just strictly giving you Boruto, this is all Boruto. These are Boruto exclusive characters. Ada, Damon, and Code are the villains of Boruto, kind of like, you know, My Villain Academia. Oh my god. What if the fact that they know that realistically in the US, the My Villain Academia stuff, you know, the villains of My Hero, because again, if you don't know, Boruto was heavily inspired. Ukyo Kodachi, the original author of it, was heavily inspired by My Hero Academia. What if they looked at it from a marketing standpoint as, because My Hero is so popular everywhere, but especially of course in Japan, they want to keep that popularity going, and there's that issue that they constantly have to take Horikoshi from writing about the villains and whatnot. What if they were like, well, Boruto is really popular a lot of places, don't sleep on it. You think it's funny? Honestly, Boruto is actually mad popular. Like, I go to Hot Topic and there's Boruto POPs everywhere. Like, Boruto is more popular than you think. Just because necessarily it ain't targeting our age demographic all the time, like with the anime exclusives and whatnot, it still is ringing off. And what if they were like, you know what? We can actually make that a thing, because right now Boruto is at a downtime. Like, yes, it's popular, but it's at a downtime. What if we can make that My Villain Academia thing for Boruto, and people rock with it with Boruto, and we don't gotta worry necessarily about Japan, because the Naruto franchise is global, and we can make mad money off making My Villain Academia inside of Boruto. Essentially, basically trying to grab that fandom that really likes the villains in the West and just place it to the Boruto side of things and take it from My Hero, because their ideas and probably where they're going with My Hero is not necessarily to cater to, unfortunately, what we want. And again, this is all connected, because I gotta keep stressing that Ukyo Kodachi, the person that set up Code and all of these characters, was heavily inspired by My Hero Academia. That's what he was going for when he was creating Boruto, all the way up to the Baryon mode stuff, because then that's when they gave him the boot and said, yeah, Kishimoto is supposedly possibly coming back, but we're never going to credit him as writing the chapters, just as the original creator. But again, I say all that to say that while it is somewhat of a bad week for Boruto, I still got to keep on stressing that, yeah, it's bad right now. It's going to catch a W later. When Boruto Shippuden comes, everything changes. Over here, y'all already know. Yeah, you watching right now, you clicked on this because you're at the very least interested somewhat of hearing what's happening in the world of Boruto, right? When Boruto time skip happens and things get real and people are dropping the big ones that we actually care about, we're going to see where things are, how people feel, and that's where we're going to get a bigger introspective look at what Boruto really is capable of. They're setting it up now. They're planting the seeds. Give it time. When it blossoms, you ain't going to be able to escape Boruto. And we're going to be laughing at, wow, people really hated Boruto Part 1, but Boruto Part 2 is loved. And not everybody hated Boruto Part 1, let's be clear. Because also 2021's Boruto anime, that shit slapped.